Hello everyone and welcome to Monza. I am standing on the start finish straight and we are next to the safety car right now. We're going to be taking a trip around this circuit and we've got F1 Champion here, Pal, to explain us through this circuit. He is right now lined up third on the grid. This is exactly where he'll be starting the F2 sprint, so he'll be getting a bit of early practice. We're now going to hop in the safety car. I'm going to shut up and I'm going to let him explain and talk you through this circuit.
Right, hello everyone, my name is Pal and I'll explain you through this track. So, on the run to turn 1, you want to be looking into the corner about here. In an F1 car, you want to brake at the end of that line. Get into the corner, I've went a bit wide there, but you want to go onto that curb. Touch this curb and push out as far as you can. There's no track limit here. So, drivers in F1, maybe F2 is not good. There's track limits, by the way. As we go into turn 3, this in an F1 car is not possible flat out. So around about here, maybe brake, but in an F2, it's flat out. And that is something to be looking out for in F2 and F1. Will the drivers be different? Coming into turn 4, drivers been opting for this line, going across that yellow line. But the actual track and maybe race line, if you're going for defending, is here. And I believe in a race you cannot overtake using this way. If I am correct. Anyway, we come down here. See, 100 meter board, 50 meter. This is where you want to turn into the corner. Push the car as far as you can into the curb. Launch it as far as you can. The F1 car will not like this. If you're in a Ferrari, 50 meters, turn. F2, very hard to go wide here. F1, very easy to go wide. 2020 Alfa Romeo was very tough to go wide here, as I have experience in that. Down the straight, little corner back there can affect the cars in the weather, but as you go up a hill, F2 and F1 both affected by this tiny bump here. If you don't brake before it, you may be in that gravel trap over here. As you go into the corner, you hit the apexes, you want to get as close as you can to the curb. And by the way, there's a sneaky corner cut there. Into the corner there. F1 cars will be about here, F2 cars will be in the middle of the circuit. As you push the car wide, you want your car to be at an angle without turning it. So you have the perfect line into the corner while not losing any time. 200 meter board, 150, F2 be braking here, F1 be braking here. As you go into the parabolica, I think it's called that, I don't know if it still is.
Parabolica.
But as you go into the final corner, it's still called parabolica. And you go into the main straight, and that's your lap here at Monza. As you finish the line, you may be at the end of the race, coming over here, driving and say, yes, we have won it.
Oh, brilliant. Absolutely brilliant lap time in G that we saw earlier on in F2 qualifying. But great analysis here from Pal. Now, for the final corner, as you mentioned, Parabolica. Most commentators still say Parabolica. It has changed to the Curva Michele Alboreto, but everyone still calls it Parabolica because it is the Parabolica. I don't know why they decided to rename that. But, Pal, we're heading down to this first corner. Now, we have the F2 sprint tomorrow. We're, of course, going to have F1 on Sunday. The drivers, first of all, don't want to be doing what you've just done and run out wide. But who do you think has a bit of an advantage heading down to that first turn on lap 1?
It depends what happens. And it changes in what happens. If the leaders get a good start and they can pull away, they'll be the safest. If it's different, this car's got no brakes. If it's different, it's gonna be a massive mess up and maybe third place, fourth place, midfield for Harrison and Powell. Maybe Harrison and me. Maybe Jaden Bry. Maybe Note and what's his name again?
Sunderland. Or
Not
Pixels.
Sunder. Yeah, Pixel, yeah. Could be in the winning seat. It depends what the start is like. Because it depends on the race.
Yeah, most of the drivers haven't even practiced or start. They will get one practice try before it's the real thing, and that is going to be on the formation lap when they leave the line. That's their only practice they get. You, however,
Did not do it in pre-season.
um, they did well. Some didn't really do F2 preseason starts.
I did.
Yes,
practice
you did, and you've
starts.
got some extra practice. But Harrison, even when I questioned him earlier, he did not. So it means that some drivers don't have a clue what's going to happen. Some drivers do. Of course, you've done starts in an F2 car. Jaden has done starts. Some maybe also have done it in testing, but some drivers didn't bother at all, at least for F2 doing standing starts. So it's unknown tomorrow. But for Formula 1... versus Formula 2 around this, okay? How easy is it to adapt? Because of course sometimes you have F2, F1, then F2 again, stuff like that. So how easy is it to adapt for a driver between the two?
It's not very easy at all, because it's two different cars, two different downforces, two different machineries. One's got downforce, one hasn't. That's a major point. One's got better braking, one hasn't. F2's got less braking but more downforce. One's got more speed, one hasn't. So it's very different cars. Here in F2, amazing, faster. But in F1, this is horrid. As we've seen in pre-season.
Yep, so we're going to go back to the start-finish straight, and then we'll ask you a bit about the iconic podium that every driver will be hoping that they stand on 3 times if they are racing in Formula 2 and Formula 1, because that means they've stood on the podium and at every chance they have, and that will be, and if they do stand on the top step in all 3, that will be their national anthem played 3 times as well. But could you talk a bit, but as we're making our way to the start-finish straight, could you quickly talk to us about how has it been like bringing Formula 2 back to the PRL F1 support bill?
It's been very good. I got a message, I think it's about 2.5 weeks ago now, by Jaden. It was, "Oh, do you want to do F2?" And I was considered it. I was like, I'll consider it. And then I thought, you know what, go on then. If we get the schedule correct, we'll do it. And we made a schedule with the fans to make sure all the timings are the same. Yes, if we did it with the fans. Yeah, I mean, brilliant. It's an honour to bring back F2. Because I missed it, to be fair.
Brilliant indeed. So, out of the safety car we go. We've of course got a safety car driver for F1. For F2 he's racing. But how does it feel like to have a safety car driver for F1? And what will it mean for the future in F1 races at least? Does it mean any change in what's deployed or anything like that?
It'll make it so much easier. Because he could pull over at the incident, at the time, get the car off the track maybe in time for us, then get around with a safety car, which will then make it so much easier and maybe may make the races quicker instead of having red flags, making everything a big deal just to then get it back.
Yeah, we are on the podium, but before we get on to that, what about for Formula 2? We don't have a safety car driver, so what's the format for all of the new viewers?
Formula 2, we haven't got a safety car driver currently, but Formula 2 as a general, Jaden, yes, for the new people, Jaden, the 0-time champion, has won it all the times. Other than, actually, all the times. So,
yeah.
This guy...
For safety car and red flags, what does it mean with that, as we don't have a safety car driver?
Well, red flags, sadly.
Red flags. Hopefully there will be quick red flags, though, as well. For rain, are you predicting any to come in tomorrow, or for the future, or for F1 as well?
Well, I hope not, but I've not tested rain in F2, so I'm just hoping it doesn't absolutely kill our race. I adapt to the rain very easily.
Yeah, it was dramatic stuff in Portugal for F2 when we couldn't get up the hill. So should be a bit easier here, we hope at least. But it might be cars out of control. Now, we are on the podium. Plan is, I believe, for tomorrow's sprint race to actually add a way for the drivers to walk onto it. As I don't comment at F1, so I will probably not be here. So we're gonna try add a way for the drivers to walk up to this podium as well, which means that they can. Which means I won't have to bring them either.
To that ladder up.
Yeah.
Connect it to that ladder up there.
Yeah, which means that I don't, of course, have to bring any of the drivers, just like I've had to bring Pal. But to stand on this podium, Pal, you're someone who's done that in the past. How is it to stand on this iconic podium?
I've standed all three podium spots in F2, F1. Uh, let's talk in order. P3 is nice to just look at the podium, just be like, I'm on it. That's fine. I'll take it. Gonna. P2 over here. This is something. Like, I was this close to getting on the most historic podium, but get this beautiful view, see the pit lane, see the people. It's very fun. This one, oh my god. I remember coming onto this podium, absolute running. You know, think about it, it's my second race in Alfa Romeo. The first one I crashed in dramatic scenes. So yeah, it was an honour, and I remember Flam running the game. I remember the race as well because the lap system didn't work, so I was 2 laps down. So I then unlapped myself, got back into P9. Then the red flag came out with 10 laps to go. Then with 2 laps to go came out, and I was in P2. And his tyres then went last second. I overtook him, got the win. I remember crossing that line and go, I did it. I did it. And we watched England lose the Euros, which was funny. Also annoying.
So, interesting view from here, of course, on the start-finish straight. But how iconic is it? Because we don't usually see podiums like this, which are literally on the start-finish straight. This is a great viewing point as well. We, of course, see it much more in the pits building over there. But instead, we've got it right, basically, above the circuit. So how is it like to have a podium out here?
Oh, it's fun because normally podiums are over just at the pit lane. You walk out, you just stand, you're only just staring. You're over you're literally floating, and it's so fun to think. It's my third most favourite podium. Britain's my first, obviously. Second is Mexico. I love Mexico's podium. Stood on it in all positions, and this one's my third. Standing on it is so fun, and it's historic for me.
Hopefully you will be able to stand on it as well this weekend on this step, of course. So that will be very exciting to see as well. But yes, great viewing point from here. And if there is any delays to F1 qualifying tomorrow, then and if I find myself in the game doing an F1 session, I might even decide to come out here and watch the cars roar through. Because I don't think I've actually had many opportunities to view as a spectator of these amazing drivers making their way through on this on circuit. So not commentating Formula 1, but also being slightly involved with Formula 2 means that I could find myself watching the racing through some of these most iconic viewing points like this one, and maybe even I might find myself giving out trophies to the top 3 on the podium. So that will be very, very exciting indeed. So looking forward to possibly watching the F1 race, depending on what the schedule is as well. Excited to be commentating back on FIA Formula 2. We're all great. We're all very happy to have it on the support bill, and the attendance was pretty good, to say it's a Friday qualifying as well, and we're able to do it on Friday as we don't have any drivers from the Asian time zone racing in it, so it's made it a little easier on that side. But Nick will be racing in Formula 1 in some rounds, I think, at some point. But he is slightly busy as well.
Exams are finished, so that's good.
Indeed. So it will definitely be an iconic podium up here with the national anthems being played as well. We'll see if we can play them out on stream. We might not be able to, but we'll see what we can do with that. They will still be played for the drivers to hear. And I'm sure there definitely will be. It'll definitely be an iconic podium for F2 and F1. But the pit lane.
Hopefully, Italian anthem.
Yes, Italian anthem. And yes, bringing us to the Italian anthem. You've got the Ferrari suit. How you were of course part of that Ferrari Academy when it all started for you. How is it like to be part of Ferrari and especially racing around this circuit?
Oh, it's Anna. This time as team boss, which has been very tough. Yeah, I mean, when I started in Formula One, I was a Ferrari reserve driver. I got P2, and I got promoted to the role at Alfa Romeo. I got kept behind at Ferrari to stay at Alfa Romeo because I won the title. And Jaden wanted to say I was very gutted to not sign for Ferrari. But in season 4, I joined Ferrari. Season 5, I beat Ferrari. Season 6, I didn't care. And season 7, I'm back. Very glad. It's an honour, Italy. This is a race, and Imola. Imola's a very close one as well. So yeah, I mean, even another part of Italy. Hope we win.
Well, we hope you do as well. So would you like to go stand on that top step of the podium? Then just for the pictures as a little bit of a preview of what's to come?
I'll stand behind it because that's bad luck if I stand on it.
Okay, well, we've got him behind it. He is over there.
Stand behind it, like here.
Yes, we can still see him. He's up
Or
there.
stand here.
Yes. We're expecting him to be on the podium at least once at some point. But would be iconic for him to stand on that podium as well. Primo in their home race, Trident in their home race in Formula 2. You, of course, drive for Trident. So I'm sure it'll be special if you can take them to victory as well in their home race.
Yeah, I mean, it'd be cool. Very, very Italian. I didn't even know Trident was Italian, but there we go.
Yes, absolutely. That is exactly why I mentioned it. Because we've got Primo and Trident out there as well. Yeah. How does it feel like to be teammates with Note in Formula 2?
It's good because I can talk tactics all the time. And yeah, I've taught him how to do starts, so it ruins my plan of overtaking him, but I know how to do starts, so it's fine.
Well, yeah, with starts, if he even if he beats you, you will have a chance to get him back later on in the sprint race. So, talking about the F2 sprint, final stuff from you before we get into the sprint tomorrow. That's our first action coming up tomorrow. Can we have some predictions? Who do you think's taking it?
If I don't believe Bry's attending the sprint, sadly.
He's not attending the feature, but I doubt he will attend the sprint as well because it's very early.
Jaden or Harrison, I believe.
So you think they will fight their way back through?
Yeah, I mean, they showed the pace today, and you might be saying, "Oh yeah, I finished 0.8 behind them, and I was set in sector 1 purple. I had the fastest sector 1 in the whole qualifying session, just something to have." But I don't do well in sector 2, and that's a big point. In sector 3, Jaden's too good. That's it. So.
Okay, thank you very much, Pal. Great to get some insight from an F1 champion, hoping to be the F1 champion once again, and also take the crown in Formula 2 racing with 2 Italian outfits this weekend, with Ferrari and with Trident. So it will be a special moment for all of them if they can get on the top step of the podium. Now, Formula 1 is back tomorrow. We'll be having some clips and insight from the drivers on it. Formula 2 will be getting even more coverage as I'm covering it, so that will be, of course, live streamed, plus shorts, clips, maybe even highlights of the race coming our way as well. But you'll have to join us to find out whether the man who starts third tomorrow, the man right behind me, can convert it into a sprint victory. See you then. Goodbye.